After a definitive sweep of our dreaded rivals, the Vegas Raiders, the Denver Broncos finally get the injury news we all were holding our breath waiting for. We left that game yesterday with the Vegas Raiders wondering if we had lost our second and third best player on defense for the year. We assume the worst, but we get great news on that. We get some insane company that Bo Nix is in that even us orange and blue glasses and Kool-Aid drinkers never imagined would happen for him in year one. And because of that, I'm a shooter. I'm always just nailing J's. And so sometimes you get overconfident and you throw up a heat check, like you shoot a shot you shouldn't shoot, but you're just feeling hot. I need y'all to heat check me right now. What is your new adjusted ceiling and floor for this team? I had said in the offseason, and the receipts are there, that the floor for this team is 9 wins. That is still the case. Like, we're going to win 9 games. And then I said, the ceiling for this team was 11. That was my range right there. I am now adjusting my ceiling to saying, we are AFC championship team. And is that way too much of a homer take, or is that a legit consideration? When you look at how good this defense has been playing and the company that Bo Nix is in, I just think no one in the NFL is going to want to play us come playoff time, but that is coming down the road. Let's dive into the great news of the day. So after that win yesterday, the Denver Broncos are at a 70% chance here of making the playoffs. They have a 1.5 game lead over the Miami Dolphins, who are basically making up that other percentage there. Most folks are saying that we're too far out in front of the Bengals, that even if we drop that game to them, they still have tough games coming up against the Steelers. And I'm not too worried whatsoever about the Colts after seeing how they performed yesterday against the Lions. But all this hinges truly on our defense keeping us in games. I feel very confident about our defense shutting down the Bengals and the Colts, but we need to be healthy because we have one of the best interior defensive linemen in Zach Allen, and he was in a walking boot, and that's terrifying. And then the second best corner on our team, Riley Moss, who was actually one of the highest grade players yesterday in that Raiders game, went out with a knee injury, and the look on his face had everyone in Broncos country absolutely panicking. Well, Sean Payton put both of those injury concerns at ease when he basically said he did not see either of those things being long-term things. There was actually even discussion yesterday that Riley Moss actually almost went back in for yesterday's game. So if he could have played a little bit in the Raiders game towards the end there, that's probably a very, very good sign that while he might miss this next game, Monday Night Football against the Browns, and then we have a bye week. So we were really worried about that Week 14 bye week, and we're like, that's the worst possible time to have a bye week unless you're going to make the playoffs. Well, guess what? We're going to make the playoffs, and so this is a perfect time to get healthy. Basically, we have a nice 7-day little rest here now before we play a Monday Night Football game, and if we win that, we go into the bye week with so much confidence, and I think that is a competitive advantage in and of itself, knowing every other team after that knows they're playing a rested team. And so we go in after that bye week, and we have 2 games in 10 days, knowing we have the Colts and then the Chargers, but I think we are going to be feeling very, very good, and that's going to be fantastic. Knowing that the Broncos no longer are just like, hey, this year is all about figuring out if we have our franchise quarterback. That question has been answered, and some advanced analytics came out today to show that question has been answered with an exclamation point at the end of our answer. And because of that, you hear Malcolm Roach say, hey, the goal of this is to play in the playoffs and then to make the tournament and give ourselves a chance to play in February. And I don't need to tell y'all, because you're diehard Broncos and NFL fans, the only game in February is the Super Bowl. And so that's what Malcolm Roach has his sights set on. And when our defense is playing like this and Bo Nix is playing at the level he is at, it's going to happen, guys. It's just wild. So the advanced analytic that's been just going all over the place, as you see Barstool Sports talking about how they're taking shots of Bo Zimpic and lines of Bo Kane, and everyone is jumping on board with Bo Nix as the Rookie of the Year. And one of the reasons is all year we've heard Bo Nix's name thrown about like no other rookie quarterback has ever, no rookie quarterback currently is doing. Well, now we aren't comparing Bo Nix to current rookie quarterbacks or every other rookie quarterback. We're comparing him to every quarterback of all time. And over the last 10 years, there have only been a few quarterbacks who have thrown for 20 touchdowns and less than 2 turnovers in a 10-game span, and you are looking at them right here. So you are looking at Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and Aaron Rodgers are the only ones to ever do this. And we're not saying like when they were rookies, we're saying like of all time. And so Bo Nix, puts the, like, there's been very few times in my Broncos fandom when we have the ball down on the goal line and I'm like not even worried about him throwing an interception. Bo Nix does not put the ball in harm's way whatsoever. And you can even look, of his 3 turnovers this year, one of them was on a Hail Mary and 2 of them were on batted balls. And so his numbers are even better than they look on paper. And that is why the sky is truly the limit for this team. You just see that this Broncos team loves each other, that Sean Payton has instilled just this culture that is unlike any team that I have seen in the NFL. You've seen this sometimes in the NBA, but this team has a college-type atmosphere where they are for each other, and we just see insane, some pretty cool clips here. Where's the one, right? You just see them, every defense is celebrating like this in the end zone and that kind of stuff, but there have been some just incredible clips here of Bo Nix after he makes a sick play, just getting mobbed by his offensive line. And you just feel the energy through here. I think one of my favorite plays was when Bo Nix set up the game-winning field goal in Arrowhead and was going to be the first rookie to go and do that. Just seeing his offensive linemen throw their hands in the air, and I haven't even been able to go back and look at that clip because it makes me so sick that we didn't win that game. But man, the future is out in front of us. We are in very, very good shape. Our rookie class is looking like Sean Payton's rookie class that led the New Orleans Saints to their Super Bowl, and he kind of even alluded to that in his press conference today when he just talked about what a steal Devon Vele is. So that's something that I think is just a really underrated thing, is how good Devon Vele could be. All along we've been like, well, just imagine if we got Bo Nix some weapons. Well, Courtland Sutton is proven to be a weapon. He's leading the league over the past 5 weeks when it comes to his production, and you can see that he is a wide receiver 1. And then Devon Vele really is a very serviceable, if not like highly serviceable, wide receiver 2. So we're hearing him say, Sean Payton for the first time come out and say he reminds him of Marcus Colston. That's the first time Sean Payton has officially made that proclamation. There's a lot of draft guys I respect who've come out and made that connection, like, hey, look at them. Both of them are 7th-round guys. But if you look at this rookie class, we saw Jonah Ellis get a sack yesterday. We saw Devon Vele just open all day like he was a Waffle House. Are they 24/7? They should be. We saw Bo Nix. And so right there, if you're just hitting on those 3 guys, and then, we're talking about Troy Franklin had the first catch of the game, 26-yarder there. This rookie class is different. It is going to be propelling us to be good this year and for a long, long time. This is incredible to be performing at this level when our hopes for the season were just like, hey, let's figure out if Bo Nix is good, because guess what? He is good. Everyone is now believing, and the Denver Broncos are about to make the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, and it is going to feel so good to be doing it with all y'all. And this is the type of attitude, this is the type of energy we should be seeing from now on. We got a great week of content coming up. We're going to go behind enemy lines with a Cleveland Browns creator, just talk about how the Broncos match up in that. We'll be keeping you up to date about the latest in the Riley Moss injury, the latest in the Zach Allen injury, anything else that pops up as we get there. But Broncos country, this has been an absolute blast. We are 7-5, and it is December. We made it through Bovember, and what a month it was to keep Bo leaving.